How long is this trailer?
So someone actually just called the cops on us.
Everybody hold on.
Got him. Yeah, this is a blackout. Are you kidding me? Here we go. Oh, they're eating the pilchards. Nice job, Stephanie. That's why you always gotta be prepared. Another beautiful yellow eye right there. This is actually the law. Yep. You guys are providing it for free, which I think is just the coolest thing in the world. So a little bit of a different situation here, guys. The boat is up on the trailer because we just had a hurricane come through the Florida Keys, but we're gonna get it in the water here. If you guys are new, my name is Clay. This is Life by the Bow. This is my wife, Stephanie, our baby Keely. And this is Nick Haddad from Return 'em Right. And it's so cool that we have the two of them together today because basically Nick's organization is dedicated towards how to safely return these fish properly, mostly demersal fish on the bottom.
So that future generations like Keely girl here can enjoy the fishery for years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all about being a resource to anglers to promote better releases offshore. We know they're not all going to survive release, but you know, it's up to us as anglers to give that fish the best chance it can to grow, spawn, and contribute to the future so Keely can catch that fish or the spawn of that fish in the future. So if we all do a little bit collectively, we can contribute to protect really the future of fishing.
This is about as interesting as it gets right here. Problem is, yeah, we don't have enough space right here to turn around.
Yeah.
So there's two ways to do it. Either pull in straight and back out or back all the way in. And since it was storming yesterday, we just pulled all the way in after we fueled up. So that's one of the biggest luxuries about having a boat this big up on a trailer, guys. We pull it straight to the pump. You know, we're paying $3.20 a gallon, which is amazing when you have 550 gallons to fill up. Also, like we were saying earlier with the hurricanes, having this boat on a trailer is an absolute must. Lowers the insurance tremendously. All right, we are good to go. Morning. My name is Clay.
Clay? It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, quick question though.
Of course.
How long is this trailer?
Well, the boat's 40 feet, so I would imagine somewhere around 45.
Yeah, 'cause we got a complaint. They told us to come out here this morning in case anybody came out, so I just wanted to make sure. As long as it's under 55 feet, I mean, y'all are good.
Cool. It was a pleasure meeting you, man.
Likewise. Y'all be safe, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you. So someone actually just called the cops on us. I guess they're complaining that our truck and our trailer is too long for this boat ramp. I don't even know why they did that because we always take our truck and trailer back to the house, but we're gonna show you guys actually how easy it is here on the Ameritrail. I know that basically once my tires hit the water, that is the perfect depth that the trailer needs to be at in order to just back this thing right off of the trailer. And like I said, having your trailer set up properly is one of the biggest things to make this process as easy as possible. And lucky for us, Ameritrail does that straight out of the factory. But we're in park now, and we're gonna get this thing off. All right, so now that this thing is disconnected, all we should have to do is just give the engines a little bit of power in reverse. There we go. As you guys can see, I mean, that wind is just cranking, and it's definitely not easy filming in conditions like this. So we are gonna poke around some of the islands here, see if we can catch some bait. You never know what we're gonna get into, so we're gonna see if we can load the live wells real quick. And hopefully, as the day progresses, things are gonna lay down a little bit. Hopefully gonna head offshore, do a little bit of bottom fishing, some deep dropping, and show you guys really what Return 'em Right is all about. All right, so this is actually our first go around putting bait in these live wells. Hopefully everything works out as planned. Stephanie and I, we were actually here a couple days ago just cruising around in the boat, and we found a bunch of pilchards up inside of here. Luckily, we're on a high tide, so we shouldn't have a problem getting this boat back up inside of there. Hopefully they're still there. When these hurricanes come through, you have different weather patterns, the bait will blow out and go somewhere else. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they're still here. It's been a while since I've thrown one of these.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you bring him extra shirt?
I didn't. It's okay. We're wearing Avail performance gear.
That's true.
Moisture wicking technology, so we're stain resistant, and we got the mesh, so you know we're feeling good out here. No worries. Got him! I like having these live wells on the outside like that. Keep all the mess towards the outside of the boat too.
Those are some good sized pilchards.
They're not bad. The only thing is they're
sandy keys?
Sandy keys, but hey, I'll take it.
You'll take what you can get. Everybody hold on.
See if we can get him one more time.
Look to your right. You don't see anything over here?
Right there, but they're kind of, turn to the left, turn to the left. Oh, we're right here, hold on, just stay put, just stay put. Yeah, this is a blackout. All right, just go into neutral, Stephanie.
Yep, neutral. I just wanted us to get us moving. Look at all the bait.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Woo. Oh my gosh, I could just stick a net out and catch them. Oh, that was a good cast. Good job, Clay.
Thanks.
Try
to get them out of this net as quick as possible. That's the biggest thing. The more time
they're all around the boat.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Wow, just look how beautiful this water looks and that seagrass, right?
Yeah. Woo! Got a lot of bait, so I want to make sure they get all the water they need. All right, looking good. It's always nice having some live bait just in case we come across some mahi, tunas, but we're gonna try deep dropping first before anything. What we experience during bottom fishing a lot of the times is barrel trauma in these fish. But barrel trauma is gonna happen whenever we are fishing for these fish.
And
that's
Nick's gonna educate you
on exactly what that is.
Yeah, so like you said, our goal is to bring fish home to eat. So we're going for some yellow eyes or some silk snapper today, I believe. Per some of the local regulations, you're required to have a descending device rigged up and have D-hookers, non-stainless steel, non-offset circle hooks. So we'll be using all that stuff, and we'll be able to show some of that stuff too.
So we made it to our yellow eye number here, and we're gonna show you guys what's going on the sonar screen here, because that's gonna tell you a lot about, you know, how to find these spots out here. As you can see, we have flat bottom here, but then we have a little jump right there, and that's exactly what we're gonna be fishing. And what's really cool about this boat is it actually has two Airmar transducers, one for shallow water fishing and one for deep water fishing. So right now, we have our B175 HW transducer on, and that is actually a high frequency transducer. That's what we would use if we were in shallow water. But since we're deep water fishing, we're gonna switch to our B175L, which is a low frequency sonar, and that's gonna work much better in deep water. So just remember that, you know, if you wanna fish a lot of shallow water, you want a high frequency transducer, but if you wanna fish that deep water, you want a low frequency transducer on the boat. Mahi, are you kidding me? We just set up right here. There's a whole school. Here, I'm gonna throw out some freebies. That's so cool. Here we go, got some freebies going out. There's more underneath.
There was one more that came up.
Nice.
Oh, he spit the jig.
Well, I got them on the pilcher back here if you guys just want to grab a pilchard real quick. So I'm gonna keep this one inside of the water here, guys, to hopefully keep this school around. And I'm gonna keep on feeding out the pilchards at the same time. Grab a couple more freebies. Just throw them out.
That was cool though.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and get I think I need a gaff in this one, a small gaff. You got one? There we go. Okay.
There we go.
All right, so let's gaff this one. Here, Stephanie, you just get a bait out. I'll gaff him myself.
I'll gaff him. Here, bring him up.
I am, but I mean, we're fighting them on really light tackle, guys. We're fighting them on some 30-pound here, so I don't want to mess this up. Get him right in the head. Nice job,
Nice
Stephanie.
gaff.
Look at you, girl. Seasick and everything, baby. We'll take that. A couple mahi before we go deep dropping.
I think I got a little blackfin.
Little blackfin.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
We got sashimi too, baby.
Should I
I'll
boat
take
flip
that.
him?
Yeah, you can flip him in. Grab him by the leader though.
Hey.
Sashimi, baby. All right, look at that.
Beautiful.
That's about as good as it gets right there, man. No barotrauma on these guys.
How awesome
but
is that too? We were just trying to drop a bait down for yellow eyes.
unbelievable,
And we got
man.
mahi and a little blackfin there.
Take that, man.
By accident.
By accident,
And that's
dude.
why you want to always be prepared. We tied a jig on, we tied flat lines on
Yeah, and that's
before we
what's
started fishing.
so cool about some of these deep drop spots sometimes. A lot of the times bait will congregate around these areas, and that's more than likely what the tuna was doing, and maybe the mahi were just kind of cruising through. But like you said, that's why you always got to be prepared. So after a little bit of madness there, I'm finally going to show you what we're going to be using back here while deep dropping. I like using an electric reel. Make your life as simple as possible, but we got some 50-pound braid on there, snap swivel, and then we have a 4-hook chicken rig there. Got a little light just to attract whatever's down there, just because it's pitch black. Got every hook tipped with a little bit of squid, and then we're using a 4-pound lead. And like we were showing you guys a couple weeks ago, what's very cool, since we're deep dropping here, we got our swivel rod holder locked in place, the Jim Lux swivel rod holder. And now that we're gonna deep drop and we wanna hang those squids over the side of the boat, then we'll go ahead, lock this thing up, and then we'll send our weight down. All right, just hit the bottom. And we're just gonna drag it there real slow and just wait for little shakes in the rod tip right there. There it is, there it is. You get out here and you deep drop, you know, it doesn't happen immediately. So being able to pick up your rig as quick as possible to check your baits, that's really what it's about. And a lot of the times we'll come out here and hand crank, but trying to keep the ball rolling today. So that's why we're using the electric reel. There he is. It looks like a yellow eye. Actually, no, vermilion. It's okay, you know, we're gonna start nice and small, then we're gonna work our way up, you know. So this is about a 12 to 14 inch vermilion snapper right here. These guys have to be 12 inches to keep, but I think he very easily makes it, so we're not gonna send him back down. But he's not showing signs of barotrauma like some other fish do, whereas some other fish, their eyeballs will bulge, their stomach will pop out, which his stomach is popping out there.
Just a little bit, yep.
So he does have a little bit of barotrauma, but since he did experience that and we want some fish to eat, we're gonna hang on to him.
Yeah, so something that, just to note, we're fishing pretty deep, a little over 400. Some fish just seem to blow up from barotrauma worse than others, even the same species at the same spot, but we'll show you exactly how you would vent a fish. I have a little venting tool right here, a retractable one. So typically you wanna use the base of the pectoral fin right here as a guide, and you wanna vent a couple inches behind the base of the pectoral fin. So I like to lift the scale up, and I go in at an angle here, and you can kind of hear it's very little bit of air in this fish, but you can hear a little bit of air escape. You don't want to vent the stomach coming out of the mouth. You always want to vent the body cavity where the swim bladder is. The swim bladder expands internally and actually pushes the stomach out of the mouth. So that's it. Luckily we're keeping this one, so nothing to worry about for returning it.
We're on again here. Seems like a little bit of a nicer fish here. As you can see, we're getting some bigger digs in the rod tip there. But I thought it was so cool how Nick was showing you guys the venting tool, but we never explained why we would use a venting tool versus a descending device, which we'll show you here next, just in case you ever do get in that situation where you catch something out of season out here and you do have to send it back down to the bottom. All right, there he is. That's probably about an 18-inch yellow eye right there. And as you can see, he's got barrel trauma to the point where his stomach is sticking out there. That is a beautiful yellow eye snapper there. That's about as big as they get in the Keys. Okay, so the last one, you were showing us how to use the venting tool.
Yeah.
Now, say we were to send him back down to the bottom. Why would we use a descending device versus a venting tool?
Yeah, we're lucky again, we get to throw this one in the box, but if a fish is suffering from barrel trauma and you need to release it, a lot of anglers just aren't comfortable venting. And on top of that, you also have risk of infection anytime you're putting a needle in close to the organs of a fish. So descending device differ by they carry the fish back to depth and the gas is recompressed naturally. So one style of descending device that we have right here, this is a sequelizer. So this you just attach to the bottom jaw of the fish and it acts almost like a boga grip. See how you can hold the fish up by that?
Yeah.
And this is a pressure release device. So combining it with a heavy weight, as soon as that fish gets back down to the depth we set it at, it'll pop open and release. See that? I dropped and he still didn't come off.
Yeah, strong.
We're in deep water, so I actually have a deep water device. This releases at 300 feet.
They actually send you guys all of this equipment for free. So
including
if you're seeing
the weight,
this,
yeah.
So get onto the website down in the video description below so you guys can have this equipped on your boat. Like we're saying earlier, this is actually the law.
Yeah.
And you guys are providing it for free, which I think is just the coolest thing in the world. There it is, there it is. That's a good one too. That seems like another nice yellow eye there, Nick. Good job, dude. Most people, when they look at electric reels, they always give themselves an excuse not to come out here and deep drop because they call it cheating. But at the end of the day, we've been out here for, what would you say, Nick, like 3 hours? Nice, another nice yellow eye. And we've only caught 3 fish. And having the electric reel to bring the weight up off the bottom, it just allows us to be very efficient when we fish out here. And that's really what it's all about. I'll help you out there, sorry, man.
Oh, you're good.
Another beautiful yellow eye right there. Love it, man.
That's what we came for.
100%.
You got these things dialed in, huh?
I wouldn't say dialed in, but we're getting lucky today. I guess this is a perfect time to tell everybody why you would use a descending device versus a venting tool, or maybe both at the same time.
Really, the only time I would prefer a venting tool is, let's say I had a bunch of fish coming up at the same time. Like we had 4 red snapper, we had got them all out of season and they had to go back. And I only had 1 descending device rigged up. I'd probably send 1 down on the descending device and then I'd vent the others and get them back in the water as quickly as possible.
Gotcha. So really venting only really comes into play, or it's suggested to vent when this is in use and you don't have access to this.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't want fish sitting on the deck getting hot, especially here in the summertime. What you can do is if you have enough weight, that's a 3-pound weight, you could probably get 3 of these down if you had 3 different sequelizers, or you can
all in the mouth.
Yeah, you can sometimes get 2 of these on the same sequelizer, or see how there's a tuna clip here?
Yeah.
You could actually clip 3 sequelizers on the same rig, just like it's a deep dropping rig, and send down 3 or 4 fish at the same time. And we got a Mahi right here.
I was about to,
right below
here's
us?
my next question. The Mahi always show up next to the boat?
I heard
whenever you have the sequelizer on?
I heard descending devices are good luck. They attract the Mahi.
Well, hey, that's good karma right there. How about that? Let's see if we can get them on right here. Oh, they're eating the pilchards. Oh, Stephanie's not seasick anymore.
It's magic.
Right? That's how you cure seasickness right there. Oh, I spit it. Oh, here we go.
That looks like a keeper.
Oh, there you go. Nick's got one. Awesome. I don't think we need to hook up on any more than these 2, right? I think we have plenty of fish. Love this, guys. I got to tell you, right now it is August. Pretty soon it's going to be September. That's more than likely when you guys are going to see this video. The fishing down here in the Keys is the best, in my opinion. Lobster season opens up, and I think what's so cool is we're gonna go do a little bit of bottom fishing. And this is about as good as it gets right here, guys.
Look at that. That is so cool.
Mahi are the coolest.
Good job, Stephanie.
Nice gaff job.
Nice. I think I could just flip him, Stephanie.
I like gaffing.
Yeah, but...
It's fun. It's practice.
All right, just get him in the head. Get him in a good spot. Take your time with him. That way we're not sacrificing any meat. He deserves it. There you go. That's exactly how you do it right there, girl.
Beautiful.
Good for you. Nice job, Stephanie.
I don't have a mic on.
I know. Stephanie's micless because she's seasick. But good gaff shot. Talk about a woman right there. Way to pull through there, Stephanie.
Now take me home.
Good karma.
We're not going home yet.
Good karma.
Right? So there's probably 3 very important key components when it comes to bottom fishing. Number 1, really lively bait. You know, the more time that bait spends outside of this live well or the water, the more it's gonna stress that bait out. You want him to be as lively as possible when he gets to the bottom. So make sure when you're hooking your bait, that process is as quick as possible. Number 2, actually holding your rod in your hand. Sometimes fish will come up, tap the rod, and if you're not holding your rod, you won't feel that. So if you're not feeling that, you could be basically fishing with nothing. No hook, no bait. And then number 3, even if you don't feel a bite, change your bait every 10 minutes. Sometimes little picker fish will go down there and pick it off. You won't even feel it because, you know, we're using 14 ounces of lead in this particular situation. You know, you always want to make sure that you have something on the hook.
Clay, do you know how to fight a trigger?
Listen, just stay over there. At least someone's catching fish.
There
here.
we go. Now we're fishing.
Thinking about keeping them, doing some trigger ceviche. These suckers fight hard though, I'll tell you what.
They really do.
It's a nice size one.
Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely legal. We're gonna let them live though.
Okay.
Here we go, baby. Caught something. So crazy how they have like human teeth.
You guys are looking for fish with barrow trauma? I'll tell you what, I'm having my own type of trauma up here. It's a little rough.
Not sure what we
He's
got.
on.
Nick's on up front.
Had a pilcher down about 30 feet
Ooh.
a leader. It's feeling
What is
a
it
little
fighting
bit
like?
bonita-like
Kinda
now.
got some head shakes like a bonita or a tuna. So we stuck a flat line out there, which is basically just a rod up on the top. And I threw out a couple freebie pilchards.
0 mackerel.
Looks like a...
Oh, mackerel, another mackerel.
Look,
We're
awesome.
flipping them in. Woo! There we go, baby. I'll take that, all right. Then we got into a little school of mackerels. But man, we're working up a box right here. We're doing good.
It looks like Clay's on or something.
Be the right one. We need the right one. Been getting all the bycatch. Just gotta make sure he keeps on going the right way. This is almost kind of feeling like a grouper, man. Come on, come on, come the right way. Come on, come on, come on, there we go. Getting his head back. Getting his head back out. Ooh. This thing's kicking my butt, I love it. We're fighting him on some really light tackle too. 30-pound leader, 30-pound braid. We're using some really small pilchards, as you guys can see. So we really have to downsize everything. Let's see what we got here. Fights hard, but he's not pulling a lot of drag. Hey, we got ourselves a mutton, baby. But that is exactly the one that we're looking for on the bottom drop, guys. And what's very weird, check that out, Nick. He didn't really blow up his swim bladder.
Nah, he looks pretty good.
Right?
So that's what we talked about before, really. Like, you can almost judge on the surface, kind of like, if you think that thing's good to go, you can almost, you know, do nothing if you think he'll shoot down.
He's good to go, but in the fish box.
Yeah. I think he's a keeper. It's 18 inches, right?
Yeah. He's definitely 18. Nice! You know, it's so cool about the Florida Keys, and you guys have seen it if you guys are longtime viewers here on Life by the Bow. There's so much variety down here. You know, of course, you can go offshore, catch the mahi, the tunas, swordfish if you're really feeling up for it. You know, if you get lucky, a marlin, you never know. And then, of course, you can do the deep dropping, and then you can come to the deep reef, and then you can do patch reefs, you can do the back country, or you can go lobstering. You know, there's so much to choose from. And it's so funny, you know, Stephanie has so many real estate clients that she sold homes to that don't even like the fish. They just like going to the sandbar. You know, they like going to the restaurants, and they just like experiencing the water down here. So, you know, there's always a little bit of something for everyone down here. And there's days that I walk off the dock and I'm like, I don't feel like going fishing today. But today is one of those days that I'm glad that we did not pass up on, because it's just been awesome so far.
What is that?
What we got? What we got, Nick?
Oh, is that a small mutton?
Kind of looks like a yellow jack or a yellowtail.
Yellowtail.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice yellowtail. That's sick, dude. I'll take that. That's a good one right there. Nice, dude.
You can see too, for a second he had his stomach coming out there from barrel trauma.
Yeah.
So although he's going in the box, you can at least see kind of the effects there.
Clay, you're on!
I hope he stays on there. Come on, come on. Got him out. So we just had a really nice bite here. Just like I was saying too, I mean, that light tackle that we're fishing him on really does not allow me to put any heat on him. So it's hard to get him out of the rocks, but I'd rather get a bite than no bite at all. Can you get the, oh, sharks on him, sharks on him. Get that weight, get that weight, get that weight.
Oh,
Press down, press down. Oh no.
Where's the net? Where's the net?
Ah, shark already got him.
Dang.
Dang, man. There's nothing more frustrating than that right there. Oh, man. I mean, we'll still get some meat off of him, but definitely would have been nice to show the entire fish right there. Ah. But it's kind of funny. Look at all the gases from the bubbles coming out of him.
See him coming out.
So he was getting barrel trauma. He was on his way. But the shark solved that problem for us.
Clay hopped in the water to get some shots, and I was getting another bait, and his rod went off, so feels like a good fish. We're in 110 feet of water, just drifting over some natural bottom. Feels like it could be a mutton. That's what we're hoping for. Big mutton. Here's the weight. Mutton! Woo! Nice. That's a beautiful mutton right there. They have to be 18 inches down here, plenty legal. You can see its stomach coming out from barrel trauma. As soon as it got up the last 20 feet, it was basically floating to the surface, and it's floating right there at the top. So luckily for us, it's gonna be a keeper, but this is definitely one I would send down on the descending device.
So made it back to the dock here with a colorful box. Honestly, fishing was much better than I imagined it being. We actually really didn't have to send any fish back, which is really cool, because that's ultimately the goal of Return 'em Right, is to make sure that we are protecting that bottom fishery, correct?
Yeah, I mean, fishing deep, survival's never gonna be guaranteed, even under the best conditions. So the best way to reduce your discard mortality is try to catch fish that are in season and bring them back.
And that's exactly what we did today. You know, there's places that I know of that we probably could have caught a couple queen snappers, but we catch more blue line tilefish than anything. Blue line tilefish are out of season right now. Even though we could have sent them down on the descending device, we decided to just go to a spot where we knew that we were actually gonna catch a species that we could keep. That's number one, but I think it's so cool how Nick came all the way down here. He was nice enough to donate his time to us in order to show you guys how to protect this fishery, because it needs all the help it can get, and that goes for all fisheries. And as you guys can see, we diversified and we just made the best possible day out of it while taking a little bit from everywhere.
So I was pretty useless out on the water. However, I'm gonna have redemption now here in the kitchen. I'm just gonna whip up some really quick fish sandwiches. I'm gonna blacken the fish over on the stove and put some onions, tomatoes, lettuce, put them on some Hawaiian buns. Then we're gonna have some fresh blackfin tuna, and we're gonna have it sashimi style.
So I'd be a liar if I said that we haven't already dug into this, because it's so good.
This was the whole blackfin.
Whole blackfin. Nick,
Yeah.
I know there was something that you were saying before that I'm sure you wanted to add in there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, with Return 'em Right, it's sometimes a challenge because promoting best release practice, a lot of people think that we're just trying to release all the fish. But you know, it's really about just taking care of the fish you do have to release. You know, I'm all about filling the cooler, or at least bringing enough home for dinner so that we can enjoy the fish we caught and enjoy the work we put in some tough conditions. So.
And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming
you.
out.
Yes,
and
thank
filming
you. We got a
all
bunch
you
of
guys.
stuff on my hands.
Hey, it's gonna happen. We've had stuff all over our hands all day. And huge thanks to Stephanie for just powering through all of it. You know, she was sick out there and she did awesome.
Thank
No,
you,
seriously,
thank you.
thank
Big high five to you.
Yeah.
And guys,
Yeah, you're a trooper.
Oh,
there's no doubt about that.
I've learned to be.
There's only one way with me.
Right?
But we appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for being a part of this, because a lot of important facts here. But until next time, see you guys here on Life by the Bow. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.